Alright, so what we're going to see here is just a fairly typical start. Did not opt to get a ward here at the start of the game. Sometimes you'll get one ward, place it out early by your Gold Fury. But for this game, I did not feel like we were going to get invaded. I did not feel any pressure from their composition. So I opted for an extra health pot to give me more presence in lane. You see right here, we're going to release that red buff. That way it resets back towards the mid laner so he can get it towards his side of the buff camp. We start to walk away towards the purple at that time, and it's going to help us get to the lane quicker than later. Now we are against a Sylvanas. We are against Ionic and Barracuda in this lane. I got my shield second because I had a feeling the Cupid might be in trouble, and Barracuda is putting a lot of pressure on early, but he is going to find himself in a very bad situation. I'm body blocking as much as I can for Cupid. I miss my knockup because I am not good at this game, and we're going to get a lot of presence in this lane now. We get a kill on the Barracuda. Cupid lives because I got my shield second. In that case, like I said, it's situational. Usually what skill you get second on a lot of characters, what skill you get first, and that's one of those things where the skill point came in handy to get shield to save the Cupid. Cupid getting first blood here is going to help him a lot versus in this lane. The Cupid Woojer matchup is not that bad, but it is Barracuda versus not Barracuda. So it will help him out a lot in this lane to have the extra money. He'll be able to get his Devo gloves on faster. He'll be able to really be able to compete. At this point now, we actually have lane pressure because of how the early game went down. Normally, we would not have lane pressure over in Woojer Sylvanas. Because we have this early lane pressure, I'm just going to look for an opportunity to go towards middle. Maybe I can get a kill. But the new Wah sees me, no big deal. I'm just going to chill here for a wave. No harm, no foul. I was just looking for some extra stuff. It's going to let Cupid get a little bit of solo farm over in his lane. Meanwhile, our jungle and mid were doing the back harpies. Going back towards my lane, there's still going to be another wave in between the mid harpy spawning. Looking to put some pressure onto Ionic, but I want to try to, if I can, save my knockup for the wave. Of course, there we go. Now I have the lane clear on this. Putting as much presence as I can because this will be the wave that matters. Cupid gets a good heart bomb onto the Sylvanas to kind of push him away from here. And I'm going to roll out through the creeps to make sure that I get credit, and I'm going towards the mid harpies. Hitting 5 here early. Normally you would not be 5 in the mid harpies, but I did get an assist early game because of the kill onto Woojer. Ionic coming in towards the mid wave. I didn't want to hog it if I didn't have to. I knew the Ra was coming, but Ionic starts to show up, which means I have to hog the wave in order to get it. Oh, he could have stolen it with his hog. These harpies are still up, but they're going to be contesting it. I know Ionic has his hog, so I can't actually fight him right here. Ra uses his ultimate on the harpies to make sure we get those. He probably should have used it on Ionic instead. Not necessarily the best choice making there, but he's going to land his beam onto Ionic at the end and make up for it. We're going to get the kill on him anyway, and we got them in harpies. Trying to knock the Nuwa away from my Ra here. She's still going to be able to get back and put enough pressure onto him so he dies. We're trying to finish off a kill onto the Nemesis, but a good route from Nuwa, auto attack onto me, is going to go ahead and be the end to this fight. Osiris walking away, no problem. At this point, I've got about a full level lead on to their Sylvanas right now. The reason why it's not more than that, even though it looks like about to be level 6, is he's probably 4 nearing 5. So it's about a 1 level complete. Now I'm waiting for the Ra middle. This is a really big wave of XP. I don't want to take the whole way from him. I want to make sure he gets gold from this, he gets XP from this. Sharing XP slash gold, you know, from camps, from minions is always more efficient 2 ways than it is by yourself in terms of like quantity, overall quality. May not be the most efficient for you, but it is the most efficient overall for your team. At this point, I have not been back to the Cupid's lane in, since what, like the 3-minute mark or something? He's been there for about 2 minutes by himself fending off. He's been doing a very good job, and it's also been getting him a lot of solo farm, which is very important on the ADCs right now. The faster you can get your ADC towards the end of the game, the better off you're going to be. Rolling out through the wave to make sure I get credit. And then, of course, using our skills to clear. At this point, buffs are coming up, purples are up, reds are up. We want to make sure that we go get those, get as much XP from those as we can. Splitting 2 ways, of course, is the most efficient if possible. Once you start splitting it more ways than that, then you start to, again, end yourself not such a great situation. Barracuda and Yannick show up, but we're going to have a team rotation over here. I'm going to put as much pressure onto them as I can. I want to ulti before Barracuda starts to jump away, if at all possible. Ra misses the snipe, but we're going to go ahead and be able to pick off a kill here onto Yannick. I wait to get my max distance 1 up. You see I get CC immune, which means it's going to do that 100 damage. Yannick is down to about 20 HP, and I can go ahead and pop him off and secure a kill, because that's what I do. Putting this pressure onto mid, we get a lot of pressure onto mid here. Osiris putting himself really out of position. Geb Shield knockup is going to go ahead and save my team there. He could have died right there had that situation gone a little bit better for us, but not too bad overall. We still have the kill on Sylvanas. Unfortunately, we're all very low now, and so mid Harpies could turn into a problem. I certainly cannot contest with mid Harpies. I have no mana and I'm on half health, which means I'm no use to anybody.
An enemy has been slain.
But the Osiris thinks he's sneaky and he tries to get the mid Harpies, but they have a raw heal, which means Nemesis is essentially back up to full health, so she doesn't have to worry about that at all. Grabbing an early blink here before my Hog 3, gonna help with initiation. Their healing only comes from Sylvanas. Sylvanas' healing is really not that big, not super worried about it. Being able to have the early blink for initiation could lead towards an early Gold Fury attempt, early objectives, early buff stealing, stuff like that. I'm not worried that they're going to go do the Gold Fury right now without me on their team, and I should be ahead of their support anyway, which means that I should have enough gold to get Blink and still get Hog 3 on par with him, if not earlier. Also grabbing a sentry ward, trying to give my team some more vision here. We're going to walk up and have some fun with this Gold Fury. We're going to pop her right in the face, and we're going to lay down a ward right on top of where she is. If you want to clear the ward now, you're going to have to pull the Gold Fury in order to do so. Looking for a pickoff opportunity on the left lane, I find Yannick slightly out of position here. We have a lot of crowd control with this team composition. Cupid coming out a bit late, but it's going to be fine, and it's going to secure the kill for us. That ultimate could have come out a bit earlier, and it would have been just as useful, but instead using it for the secure on the kill.
On my way.
If this new wall puts herself in a bad position, she could be in trouble, but we see the Osiris is still in the mid lane. But we have a Nemesis Ra here, so it's one of those things where we're looking for possible opportunities. We don't want to put ourselves out of position, of course, but as Geb, you are fairly tanky. You do have the shield. Your teammates can play it more aggressive than perhaps they're normally used to, because you can cleanse them from a CC. If they have beads, you know, they have 2 cleanses from CC, which is really a big deal. Rolling around to make sure I, of course, get my max damage up just to come do this back Harpy is just a little bit of a efficiency thing. Probably wouldn't have got to the max damage had I rolled straight at them. I've officially gotten back up to my 600 gold mark, which is what I need to get tier 3 Hog. I'm not so worried about grabbing wards right now. I want to make sure I get back out towards that Gold Fury as fast as I can. Our Cupid seems to be in a lot of trouble. He is getting a lot of pressure onto that tower. New Wall looking to get a double kill, secure with her ultimate, but the kill is going to be taken on left lane before her ultimate can get it, and no double kill for her with her ultimate. Stupid character. Stupid character New Wall with an ultimate that goes across the map and hits everybody. Damn. We're rolling out like a spaceship because I can. Want to try to zone out the Sylvanas a little bit if I can. The Cupid is dead, so I don't have to worry about saving the wave for him necessarily. He won't be getting credit for this wave regardless. So this wave is mine to have. But I did zone the Sylvanas out of 1 or 2 minions. Tiny wins, but tiny wins all come together and they can end up being big wins. Rolling out towards these mid-Harpy, trying to get here as fast as I can. My Hog is up. So I want to try to get these. Bada bing, bada boom. I knock everybody up. I can grab those fairly easily. No real contest there. They are looking towards these right side Harpies. I do have a Ra with me. I can try to contest these. There's 3 people here, but I'm not that afraid right now. I can look for a big money ultimate. Sure enough, we hit a 3-man ult with Geb, 3-man knockup. Ra lands a really good ultimate onto the new Wa, and now we're looking for some more pressure onto the Osiris. That was a fairly strong win for us. That was a 2v3 in that situation, and it ended up working out very well. The Osiris still not completely safe from danger. He needs to be a little bit careful. Ra gets rooted by the Sylvanas, but I immediately give him a shield. He gets pulled into the tower range. No big deal. He will live. Kronos trying to stun me right there. I use my blink to get away from the stun. Kronos does do a lot of damage, especially when he's farming in the solo lane. I was not even aware of how big he was right there, how much damage he would do. I have not seen him in a fight yet. Taking the safe route there and just going to go ahead and blink out. My blink should hopefully be back up by the time I need it again. No reason to sacrifice a kill there when I can just blink away. Doing back harpies here, making sure I try to save my big harpy for the Ra. I saw he was on the way. Like I said earlier, splitting camps, if you can, is more efficient. That was a three-way split right there. Not necessarily what you're always looking to do, but happens more often than it did last season right now, just because of the way the jungle camps are working out with the mid harpies not being up at 0. It throws off the jungler times. Looking for presence onto this new Wa. I'm throwing down my ultimate, which will let me know where she is inside of her mist. Sure enough, I can follow that up then with a knock-up, and we get an easy kill onto that new Wa. Putting pressure on Sylvanas. I'm not in any real danger here. Ra gets rooted. I can go ahead and get him out of that, no problem. We do have Ra heals, which means we can think about doing a Gold Fury relatively soon. Oh my god, a beautiful Ra snipe right there. Catches me off guard even again. What a beautiful snipe. That snipe is going to give us an opportunity here to do a Gold Fury. Ra heal early game is ginormous for doing objectives, especially Gold Fury and pushing towers. On top of that, we have a Cupid, and Cupid Ultimate is a fantastic way to secure objectives. You can lay that on top of the objective, and then as long as the support isn't inside of that, or if the support goes inside of that, they just get medicine and they can't take the objective. But we did not need to use Cupid ult, so we tried to use it there on Barracuda. Barracuda gets out, and then Nemesis kills him, no problem. This has given us a fairly strong lead. 12 minutes into this game, we have about a 4k gold lead. Pretty good experience lead as well, looking across the board. I have 1 level on the Geb. Cupid is unfortunately 1 level down after his early start, but it's okay because our mid level is 2 levels above. Our jungler, most importantly, is 4 levels above their jungler, doing a very good job. The Osiris getting a couple deaths early, putting him extremely far behind, causing him to lose out on a lot of mid harpy XP, and trying to force fights. He should not be trying to fight at this point with how behind he is. Mid Harpies just came up on the right-hand side of the map, and we've been winning fights here all day, so why not try to do another one, ulting in on the new Wa, knocking her up, getting a ton of damage on, using my rollout for a slow, and we're trying to find the final blow onto this new Wa. Can't quite seem to get it with his auto attacks there. His beam barely misses, but I can pick that up with my knockup, and I can go ahead and roll out towards my Vamana, who I do not know if he was in trouble or not, but now I have presence for him. If you watched my ward video, you know that I just threw out one of the deepest wards in the game. Gives a ton of vision for my team. It's a very aggressive ward, and it's a very good location to do if you can. The Nemesis at this point is dead. There's nothing I can do to help her. The best case thing I can do right now for my team is to take a speed buff away from the Osiris, take away even more of his experience. Don't give him any opportunity to come back into this game. There was zero chance for me to save the Nemesis. Even if I did go try to save her, there was a better chance that I would end up killing myself in the process. Ra won't make it to that wave in time, which means I'm going to go ahead and take the XP. One of those things where maximizing XP on support right now is all about stealing farm. Not stealing farm, I'd say. You don't want to steal farm from other people, but if they have to back so they can't get their farm, that's when you take it. You maximize farm across the map. You're like a leech, kind of, but you're only leeching when they say you can, if you think about it. You know? You're only taking what they can't take for themselves. At this point, we're getting fairly large. We do have a Ra for the heal. we can look for a lot of pressure around the map. Getting a deep ward on the left side of the map as well. We now have vision completely throughout their deep jungle. The Osiris will never have an opportunity to come back into the game. We may have an opportunity on the Barra on the left, but he's going to go ahead and jump out very smart so he doesn't get knocked up by my rollout. This tower has 1 hit point left, and I'm not super afraid. I'm going to go ahead and put a lot of pressure onto Barra. We can pop down that tower, no big deal. Cupid misses his heart bomb onto Barracuda, which is going to be a big problem here. I hog the wave to stop the body blocking. We're still on Barracuda. The new ult is going to put a lot of pressure on us. I knock him up again. Cupid's going to get body blocked though, and the heart bomb hits the Sylvanas instead of his intended target, Woojer. Knocking the Sylvanas towards my nemesis here. I'm trying to kite around, stay alive as long as I can. Trying to get my team here. Sure enough, Nemesis does show up. Barracuda's completely out of mana. Ra throws down a really good heal for me so I can stay towards this fight. And we're going to go ahead and pick up Barracuda there. If the first heart bomb from Cupid would have landed on the Barracuda, he probably would have died there. A slight mechanical misplay there by our Cupid, but a really good rotation by the team to pick up those kills. Osiris had rotated right lane. Vamana, being level 16, does not care. He lived through the gank on right lane, no problem. Ra putting a ton of pressure onto the left lane. That's one of the benefits of Ra, is you can really push towers, especially if you have an early game lead. That being because, of course, you can heal minions. Also one of the best heals in the game, just for general sustain in terms of team fights as well, especially for early stages of the game before weakening curses come out for the team. Trying to get to this Ra, trying to help him out as much as I can. He finishes off the kill on the Nuwa, a really, really strong kill right there, and he's going to go ahead and live. Really good presence of mind from him, following up my ultimate with an immediate ult, trusting in me to hit my skills and do stuff. Very intelligent play from the Ra, very strong play from him for this entire game. Ra may have backed, but I don't have to back. I'm a Geb. I can try to grab some more XP here in the middle lane. I am 3 levels above the enemy support right now. We are almost 9k gold ahead, pushing towards 10k gold ahead of the other team. At 17 minutes in, that's a huge gold lead. At 30 minutes in, 10k gold is a big deal. At 17 minutes in, 10k gold is almost insurmountable. Barracuda trying to make a big play here, going for the gold fury, trying to do something. He knows something has to be done in order for his team to come back in this situation. Unfortunately, this is going to put his team in a out of position. Osiris going to get picked up here by Nemesis. Now Ionic is slowed, followed by a Nemesis ult. Barracuda was trying his best to make something of nothing, and is going to cause the death of his teams. Meanwhile, Vamana has not left that lane for the entire game, and he's going to go ahead and pick up the tier 2 tower while we finish off a gold fury on this side of the map, pushing our lead over 10k now, even over what seems to be 12k now. A ginormous amount of gold. Looking for pressure now onto the new Ra. Ra following up with a very good beam. She tries to Aegis the beam, but Aegis is too late. We'll find another kill on the new Ra and a mid tower, just further increasing our gold and XP lead. The poor Osiris is level 9 right now. There's absolutely nothing they can do. He gets picked off like a scab. Just the easiest kill of all time. They are struggling to stay under their tier 2 tower and winning fights at 18 minutes. Cupid pushing up the left lane. Vamana has finally joined a team fight, and they're going to look to make a final stand here. If they can kill us, maybe they can do something. Maybe they can go fire. Barracuda in the back lines. Nemesis ult is up again, even though we just used it on the Sylvanas. And we're going to find some more pick-off kills here, and this is going to be the end of the game. They cannot come back from this, so we're going to go ahead and get ourselves into a win screen and kind of review exactly how this game went over. Trying to kill me at the very end, but you cannot kill me. I am a Geb. I just go wee. A very strong game played by everybody on the team. Looking at our final numbers here, you can see that we actually had the second most damage on our team behind our Ra. Our Ra played absolutely lights out, doing 18,000 damage and 8,000, pushing 9,000 healing. As far as us, we did 11,000 damage. We face tanked a lot of stuff. We had a lot of damage mitigated. It was a relatively short game, ending with a more supporty score than usual, 2-0 and 14, really helping our team get big, particularly our Ra and our Nemesis, and helping our Cupid through the early game. Him getting a first blood helped him stay even with Barracuda throughout the game. Yeah, getting Devo gloves online early, stuff like that. Looking at our final builds here, we went cooldown boots because of how far we were ahead, getting out more shields, more knockups, more crowd control. More is better. As far as our first item, we went Heartwood Amulet. That was because their damage is essentially all magical. Nuwa, Chronos, Sylvanas. Their 2 physical damage dealers was an ADC, and Osiris. Osiris is completely out of the game, which leaves 1 ADC. That ADC is going to be building crit because that's what ADCs do, and I am Geb, and Geb takes less damage from crits than anybody in the game. So I built defense first magical. Thanks guys for tuning out to the video. I hope you enjoyed it. This format was a little bit different, splitting up the build in its own video and the gameplay in its own video as well. I hope you guys like that format. It should be able to easily tell what video is going to give you what information, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments, and of course, if you like the series, go ahead and subscribe to me on YouTube, and that directly supports me. And as always, have a twitching day, y'all.